Hey everyone, this is Max and welcome to Mexxodia's very first video. Today we're checking out a brand new anime coming this fall season. And let me tell you, if you're into romantic comedies, you're gonna have plenty to chew on. But it's not just rom-coms, there's also a ton of action, mostly in fantasy settings, and if that's not your thing, don't worry. There are a few surprises this season that might just catch you off guard. Quick heads up, this video is only about the new shows. If you're waiting for sequels, that'll be in another video coming soon. So make sure to subscribe, so you don't miss it. Alright my dudes and dudettes, let's dive in. Let's start with a rom-com. My Friend's Little Sister Has It In For Me follows the story of Akiteru, a high schooler trying to secure a position for him and his friends at his uncle's company. His uncle agrees, but only if Akiteru pretends to be his daughter's boyfriend. So he has to pretend to be his cousin's boyfriend? Kinda sus, but okay. Anyway, things get complicated when his best friend's little sister, who constantly bullies him, finds out about this new and weird relationship. I don't know, I'm not fully sold on it, guys. Just from the trailer, this show doesn't seem to have anything special that makes it stand out from the others, and the manga score is mediocre at best. But it does give off some Nagatoro vibes, so if you enjoy that teasing dynamic, I think this could be fun. In this one, a group of high school students suddenly find themselves transported to a fantasy world. In this new world, the king, which was responsible for summoning them, informs that each student has received an RPG-style class, providing each one of them with different abilities. They are also given an important task, to train, grow stronger, and repel an imminent demon invasion. You know, just another day in the realm of Isekai. Our protagonist, Akira, ends up with an assassin class and notices something interesting. He has way higher attributes than any of his peers. Feeling that something is off, Akira uses his new skills to poke around and ends up uncovering a dark scheme involving the royalty. Now, after uncovering this grim truth, he has to find allies and work to put an end to this evil conspiracy. Overpowered protagonist? Check. Fantasy world? Check. Demon invasion? Check. Yeah, I've seen this one before. Look, I know this show is not the apex of originality, the premise screams generic isekai, and the manga score on my anime list is pretty mid, but the trailer does show some nice visuals. The beautiful art style with this very evident shading really caught my attention. Let's just hope the animation quality keeps up. Overall, I think this will be a fun watch for those seeking some action. Wandance follows Kaboku Kotani, a high school freshman who usually keeps to himself, struggling with his stutter and avoiding attention. But when he spots a girl dancing freely, completely unbothered by who's watching, he's inspired to step out of his comfort zone. Determined to find that same sense of freedom, Kaboku joins the dance club, embarking on a journey of self-expression, friendship, and maybe even love. Okay, I gotta be honest here, guys. The first time I saw this trailer, I was like,
look at this dude. Wait till you see the. No, 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 no.
but hear me out. This show is partially made by Madhouse, an above-average studio. The mall scores are decent, and while the visuals are a bit unusual, they are actually not that bad. My gut feeling tells me that this one could blow up in popularity for some reason. And if it does, I might need to make an apology video. For now, I'll just avoid pausing the CGI scenes. May I ask for one final thing? Tells the story of Scarlet, a noblewoman nicknamed the Ice Rose. At a grand ball, her fiancé Prince Kyle suddenly breaks off their engagement, accuses her of being a villainess, and turns the nobles against her. But Scarlet has another nickname, the Mad Dog Princess. Instead of pleading, she asks for one last favor. to punch him in the face. Which she does, before unleashing her punches on every corrupt noble in the hall. Her outburst paints a target on her back, but for Scarlet it's the perfect chance to finally deliver justice the only way she knows how, with her own two hands. Okay, listen. A badass, elegant lady beating the crap out of some pompous aristocrats is reason enough to watch, right? Because it is for me. And no, it is not because I fantasize about being beaten up by a pretty woman. I'm not weird. You guys are. Jokes apart, this show has beautiful visuals, an interesting premise, and seems to have a good balance of comedy, romance, and action. If you're not sure on what to watch, make sure to give this one a chance. My bet is that is going to be one of the season's highlights. My awkward senpai revolves around Azusa Kanawa, a woman who's painfully awkward, especially when it comes to showing her feelings. When Kamegawa, a kind and easygoing man, joins her workplace, Azusa can't help but develop romantic feelings for him. The only problem is, expressing those feelings is way harder than she ever imagined. An anime about failing miserably to confess to your crush. Does it sound familiar to you? Okay, maybe confessing to your crush is hard. But luckily, liking this video doesn't require any courage, social skills, or even eye contact. So yeah, go ahead, I'm waiting. A wild last boss appeared. Follows a man who suddenly wakes up in the body of Rufus Mafal, the legendary black-winged overlord of the game X-Gate, 200 years after her defeat. The world he knew as a game has become real, with characters who think, feel, and live like real people. Without a country, army, or allies, Rufus sets out to reunite her long-disbanded group, while trying to uncover the mysterious reason behind this unusual reincarnation in a world that both reveres and fears her. I can't say for sure this anime will be good, but one thing's for sure. Holy sh**, this trailer actually managed to hype me up. Explosions, a metal soundtrack, and a spinning missile-spitting robot made with laser eyes. That's all a man really needs to be happy. We are simple creatures. This show could be one of the season's highlights, but let's keep our expectations in check, shall we? Wow World Studios isn't exactly a big name, and it's not uncommon for studios to over-deliver on trailers and then dial the quality down after a few episodes. So yeah, this could either be a hype action ride or a complete letdown. We'll have to wait and see. 3Z Ginpachi-sensei is a Gintama spin-off about the school life of Class 3Z and their eccentric teacher, Ginpachi. If you're a long-time Gintama fan, you probably already know what to expect. That classic, over-the-top wacky humor. If you're not a fan, you're probably just skip this one. The dark history of the reincarnated Villainess follows Konoha Sato, a girl who used to write cringy fantasy romance stories back in middle school. After dying in an accident, she wakes up inside her own story, not as a heroine, but as the villainess Yana, the character she designed to be as evil as possible. Now, to survive, she has to remember every little detail of the story, so she manages to dodge the death flags she herself wrote. As if it wasn't enough trouble, she also has to deal with characters and twists that weren't even part of her original script. I'm not really into shoujo anime, but the premise of this one is kinda interesting. For an isekai, I'll probably watch a few episodes just to see if the story develops into something good. Chitose is in the Ramune bottle is about Saku Chitose, the school's golden boy. He is popular, good-looking, and trusted by the teachers. Basically the kind of guy everyone secretly hates. When his teacher tasks him with bringing a shut-in student back to school, Saku thinks it'll be easy. Except the shut-in is one of his biggest haters. Now, to maintain his good image, he has to find a way to get his shut-in classmate to trust him. So, you're telling me this anime is about a dude trying to get the trust of another dude? Oh yeah, sure. Seems legit. I guess showing 5 different girls looking cute every 5 seconds is absolutely crucial to the plot. Surely this is not a harem anime where all the girls will fight for the protagonist's attention, right? Visually, this show is clearly above average, as expected from few studios. But I'm not really sure about the story. Who knows? Maybe watching Mr. Perfect try to fix this mess could be fun. Or painful, since most rumors says this MC is insufferable. Yano-kun's Ordinary Days follows Kyoko Yoshida, the kind-hearted president of Class 2-1. When her new classmate Yano shows up injured and accident-prone, Kyoko can't help but worry about him. As she tends to his constant mishaps, Kyoko slowly realizes she's falling for him, sparking a sweet and clumsy romance. This show is for those of you who just want to lay back and watch something comfy and lighthearted, where nothing bad ever happens. Well, except for the main guy getting hurt all the time. If you're into chill and cute rom-coms, this one might be worth checking out. The season hasn't even started yet, and this is already my go-to of all time. I've played the game this show is based on and loved it, so yeah, I am totally biased here. Gnosia begins with Yuri, who wakes up in a drifting spaceship with no memory of who they are. Satsu, the one who wakes them, promises answers later, and say that first, there's one thing Yuri must keep in mind. Among the next 3 people they will meet, one of them isn't human. Gnosia are undistinguishable from humans. They lie, deceive, and blend in, until the time comes to kill, one person at a time, until no one is left. To fight back, the crew votes to put the most suspicious member into cold sleep, but they never really know if they eliminated a Gnosia or just sacrificed an innocent. Okay, I know what you're thinking right now. But this isn't just Among Us, because when they finally catch the Gnosia, Yuri wakes up in a drifting spaceship. Among the 5 people they'll meet, one of them isn't human. I don't remember this character. What do you mean the Gnosia is not the same person? But then, Yuri wakes up on a drifting spaceship and now there are 12 people. Yuri wakes up on a drifting spaceship and now there are more Gnosia. Yuri wakes up on a drifting spaceship and everyone's dead. Yuri wakes up on a drifting spaceship and they will kill everyone. Yuri wakes up on a drifting spaceship, universe blows. Yuri wakes up on a drifting spaceship, Yuri wakes up on a drifting spaceship, Yuri wakes up on a drifting spaceship. This one is much more deep than your average find the imposter story. Finding the Gnosia isn't the end, it's just the beginning. The banished court magician aims to become the strongest follows Alec Egret, a court magician who's suddenly expelled from the crown princess party for only using supportive magic. At his wit's end, Alec is offered a second chance by an old friend to join a new party and tackle dungeons once more. Unimpressive, uninspiring, unappealing, and unwelcome. I'm not talking about myself this time, I'm talking about this recycled anime plot. Maybe it's worth watching it for the action scenes, who knows? At least it's not an isekai. A lot of anime didn't make into this video, but don't worry, part 2 of this video is coming soon. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. If you think my video is trash, go ahead and press the dislike button. Twice, for emphasis. Also, let me know in the comments what you think. Are you excited for this new season? Any show you're hyped for? The same way I'm hyped for Gnosia? Thanks for watching and I see you in the next one.